Hey, how's it going, guys? This is your boy Hazzed, and today in Battle for Azeroth, what we're going to be doing is talking about a recent buff that has come into play for Frost DKs, especially in Mythic Plus or AoE situations during this video. And I've got to say, this recent change was something that Frost DKs needed and was a buff definitely deserved. So let's go ahead and jump into this video and talk about it. I'm hoping for something good this time. Come on, give me something good. Come on, something good. All right, what key do we get? We got 11 Shrine of Storms. That'll be kind of fun. And we got Bracers. Oh, come on. I wanted something good. Let's see if it's good, though. What? What a 395 Bracers? Haste Mastery? I mean, I'm not a big fan of the Haste, but that Mastery's pretty good, though. But 395, what?
It's who we are, it's what we do, we've come so far, and now we pay the price, so don't even cry. The world is breaking down, and I cannot leave the ground.
So it looks like we got some in-game fan mail, so it is from Iron Midget. He says, hey there, subject. Alright, huge fan there. Your videos have taught me a ton and made me a better Frost DK. Hey, I appreciate you watching, dude. And I was looking at your mug in the video and managed to get everything but the gloves. I purchased the mats and I was wondering if you could craft them for me since you have the recipe and would be greatly appreciated. Yoink, gone. No, we're definitely gonna go ahead and make those for you, dude, and send those over. Steel grip gauntlets. We gotta go to the anvil first. Where are the steel grip gauntlets? They're hiding in here. I know they're in here. There they are. Now these gloves, generally it's kind of hard to find people to make these gloves for you since they are pretty expensive even to buy on the auction house. Some people, I mean, if you're lucky, you'll find them for like 25 to 30k. And if you're unlucky, people will put them up for like 100 to 150k. So that really comes down to it. And if you don't know what these gloves are that he wanted me to make, it is the actual transmog gloves for my set. So we'll go ahead and get that over in the mail for him. Running to the mailbox. But yeah, luckily though, yeah, you guys just saw me riding that parrot around. Somehow I ended up getting that out of a dungeon. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, let's send him. So, appreciate you watching. There we go. Perfect. Make sure that goes to the right person. Someone item you don't know. Really send that? Yeah, okay. Alright, let's go ahead and get into this Frost discussion. So let's go ahead and get into exactly what was buffed with Frost DKs. Now, it wasn't any of our main damaging abilities, it wasn't any of our big bursting abilities, it was an Azerite trait. Now, you're probably wondering, why does an Azerite trait really have that big of a change? I mean, they nerfed Laser Matrix, they nerfed Thunderous Blast, which was like some of the best Azerite traits, obviously, you could use. But then they went ahead for Frost DKs and buffed the Azerite trait, Frozen Tempest, by 100% damage. Now, normally Remorseless Winter with the Gathering Storms build ends up being strong damage, but that is an understatement when you're able to obtain an Azerite item with this ability on it. Now, this ability is going to overall increase your major consistency in Mythic Plus by a lot. Like, we're talking it's day and night. You go from not even having a chance to keep up with a demon hunter to out DPSing a demon hunter inside of Mythic Plus dungeons. I've tested it out. I went in there with a few different demon hunters, and this ability alone is just like it blew my mind. It's absolutely game changing when you're running this build with this item inside Mythic Plus. Now, the reason this obviously this item's so strong is it increases damage by 159, which really doesn't sound like much, but you got to remember, Remorseless Winter increases damage based on percentage each time you spend runes in the ability, making Remorseless Winter, at least during your cooldowns, as long as you don't get like 4 Howling Blast procs in a row, ends up being your highest damaging ability in AoE situations because of this trait. It's absolutely insane, and you could reach, at least on my character, every Pillar of Frost I use with a Remorseless Winter, I'm hitting 20k plus DPS on 4 targets every single pull because of this buff. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to go ahead and get into a little bit of a rotation and show you guys how to actually use this Azurite trait in Mythic Plus situations to make your DPS insane. As you can see for talents here, we're not running any kind of hardcore major AoE. We are running the basic, I guess you could say, Mythic Plus single target build using Gathering Storms, obviously because of the Azurite weapon. And we'll go ahead and get into some rotation here. Now, I have used this build using Avalanche and Obliteration, and it does work really well for overall consistent AoE through dungeons, but overall Breath of Syndragos is still needed to put out very large numbers on bosses. So let's go ahead and start off with this. I'm not going to use Breath of Syndragos on this, I'm not going to use Dragon, I'm not going to use Chains of Ice. All I'm going to do is allow Remorseless Winter to basically do its job, pump runes into it like you normally would, and use Pillar of Frost. So how much damage can you expect from this spec? Well, starting out, after you go in and pop your Pillar, your Remorseless Winter, and hit it with a Howling Blast, you're generally going to be around 15 to 16k DPS. If you get a crit, it's going to be marginally quite a bit bigger. Now, if you get a second Howling Blast, your DPS is going to be above 20k. You get a third Howling Blast, it's going to be 25 to 26k. If you're able to get a fourth Howling Blast, your DPS is going to be about 30 to 32k, really just being extremely powerful considering how much DPS a lot of the other classes do on their off cooldowns. So let's go ahead and open up on this training. Now, I mean, keep in mind, we get a free Howling Blast every 20 seconds, and we could do this burst every 45 seconds. So literally almost every pull, we're going to be able to pull massive opener DPS to actually put us quite a bit higher than a lot of classes on the meters. So let's go ahead and open up on this training dummy and do this. We're going to go ahead and throw up Pillar, of course. Any unused trinkets that you have, you're going to want to use, and then close the gap. Right as Remorseless Winter hits the target, we're going to be using that and throwing out the first insta proc right there. And we got two of them, putting our DPS above 20k. As soon as you become Rune Starved, pop in Power, and that's where you're going to start dropping some Frost Strikes if you don't have any runes. But try and get yourself as many Howling Blast procs as possible during that burst to keep up your DPS. And as soon as Remorseless Winter comes back up, throw out another Remorseless Winter and grant yourself another Rhyme Howling Blast proc. As you can see, we're keeping above about 18-19k DPS consistency, keeping up quite a bit of DPS. We didn't get perfect procs there, but we did get some very big procs. And as you can see, our overall consistency with this spec is quite a bit higher than it previously was without it. Now, if you can, you definitely want to line up your Pillar of Frost and your Remorseless Winter the best you can. I didn't line it up very well right there, but as you can see, it still ends up being very functional and quite a bit of damage. I gotta say, I'm fairly impressed with this buff, and I'm really liking where this is going. I did quite a few Mythic Pluses using this build, and really comparable to what it was before. It's almost day and night. And obviously, in my personal opinion, Frost DKs are definitely a lot more viable and definitely better off in Mythic Plus situations. I actually expect to get invites now just based on how much AoE this one Azurite trait's definitely going to put out for us. And of course, I mean, if you really wanted to take it to the extreme, you could totally open up like that and go straight into Breath. And you could also, well, I guess you couldn't follow it up with Dragon since we're using Remorseless Winter build, but you could also follow it up with Chains of Ice and things like that to actually get you about 30k plus DPS on just about every 45 seconds. It's pretty insane. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this little update on an Azurite trait that could definitely help you guys out in world questing and or Mythic Plus situations. As for PvP, I wouldn't necessarily use this in PvP personally, but if I was able to do like rated BG situations and we're playing some kind of AoE dot comp, I could definitely see this ability and this Azurite trait being very effective if there's very big team fights and team battles going on, kind of like Eye of the Storm where everyone's fighting in the middle. It could be very strong for that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this quick update on some Frost DK burst and AoE situations. Leave a like, comment down below if you have any questions, and of course, until next time, this was your boy Hazzed.